I have put this truck through its paces for years. We have put this thing on multiple trails through Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Arkansas. We've been through a lot with this thing, and I want it to continue to keep performing well. The one thing that seems to be going out that needs to be changed right now are the brake pads. But if I'm changing the brake pads again, I want to go ahead and give some sort of an upgrade to the brake system itself. So I've got a kit that I found on Amazon. It's $200. I've seen a bunch of people review this thing, and it is apparently a huge upgrade from an OEM brake system. So this is going to have slotted rotors, which I know help disperse heat a lot better. So for a lot of the trails that I'm hitting the brakes a lot, or if I'm in the mountains coming down hills a lot, I know that this is going to be a big benefit to what I already have. So I'm excited to get that changed over. But today we're going to move the truck into the garage. We're going to start working on this thing, start wrenching, which I always love wrenching days. Any day, even if you hear me cursing this truck to death, I'm still having the most fun of my life upgrading the truck, or any type of changes I make to it, upgrades, you know, mods, if you will. I'm still having a blast doing that stuff with this truck. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get the truck pulled into the garage real quick. We're going to start working. I'm going to show you guys the parts, maybe a few of the tools that I'm going to end up using, and from that point on, we're just going to start installing things. Company's Power Stop Extreme Performance brake systems, everything we got in the box. Their extreme brake pads. Obviously got a manual on how to do everything step by step. I don't think I'll need that, but always good to have it. And of course we've got the rotors. To me, this thing looks amazing. I mean, I know it looks way better than the OEM rotors. I don't know all the science behind what the slots are for, what all the little holes are for. All I know is it looks a lot better. It looks pretty cool to me, but I do know that they're supposed to have better heat distribution. It's supposed to be able to get some water out with the holes and stuff like that in it. So even though I don't know everything it's supposed to be there, hopefully this company Power Stop does. And the reviews say that they know what they're doing. So I'm going to take their word for it. They're a lot smarter about this stuff than I am. I'm just going to install it. I already think it looks good, and I'm going to be excited about it and show you guys the results. You got a breaker bar. I'm just going to loosen all of them. Just enough. Once I get it up, I won't have to worry about it. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jack the truck up. All right, now I can actually remove the tire now that I have it jacked up. All right, now that we got the wheel off, I'm near the brake pads. The first thing I want to do is actually loosen up the brake fluid chamber. So when I go to separate and push the brake pads out to remove them, it doesn't put a lot of pressure on the lines in there. So this should help with that a little bit. After the end of it, we'll end up having to pump the brakes, get the brake fluid back in where it's supposed to be before the brake pedal will actually start working the right way. But this is just precautionary, just to help us out a little bit. All right, first thing I want to do is remove this brake line. We want to be able to get it out of the way so we're not putting too much pressure on it. So we're going to move that with a 12mm socket. All right, after you remove that, it's still going to be connected on a bit, just with this little hook you see in it. But it is looser, so we can go ahead and remove. You've got two 17mm bolts that need to be removed to remove it from the rotor from here. First thing with the brake pads we want to do is remove these pins. All right, we have these pins up here. They're locked in with these clips. So we're going to have to remove these clips first, but they're easy enough. It's about a paper clip thickness. Just going to pull that one out. We'll do the same thing with this one. Just pulling it out. And then you can kind of twist this guy to get him to come out too. So just like that. So now I can actually remove these pins. You can tell I got a lot of dirt in here. I really put this truck through a lot. So So being able to pull all of that out. Now you'll notice you have this other weird pin down here. You're gonna want to remove it. And you can use a tool or something, but my hands are working just fine to pull that clip out. Next thing I'm gonna do is remove these two bolts that are holding the caliper to the rotor. So it's a 17 millimeter bolt, but these things, as you can tell, are dirty. So we're gonna use some PB Blaster. If you've got that lying around, it can make this job a lot easier. We'll let that sit in for a few minutes and hopefully get that caliper loose after that. PB Blaster has been sitting long enough. I'm gonna grab the breaker bar and see if I can go ahead and get these loose a bit. That thing is tight, but it's coming off. PB Blaster and a breaker bar. All right, just want to get that loose. Do the same thing on the other one. Oh, God. Oh, man. Not right. Breaker bar did all the heavy lifting. We're going to make this guy do the rest of it. Let's bolt out the second one. All right. So as I've already loosened and taken out the bolts on the side, just taking a flathead and wedging it in, you can see the brake pad coming up, and it's already loose enough. I think I can just pull it off, and that is the caliper off. What I want to do from here is I want to be able to get a zip tie or something just to hang it up around a piece of the truck so it's not dangling and putting too much stress on the lines up here. It's the last thing we want to do is stress these lines out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is zip tie this off real quick. Just need it strong enough to hold it out of the way for now. So I actually have a removable tool for the rotor that it works on a bunch of different things. But just to show you guys that you don't have to have one of those, which they are pretty cheap. You can buy them down in Harbor Freight. But you can just kind of bang on this. It's just basically sitting up there with a lot of pressure behind it. If you've got a mallet, especially if you're getting rid of this one, if you've got a metal mallet, some light banging evenly all the way around it should get this loose. So you're gonna see what I'm doing. And I've also got a rubber mallet to back that up as well. But I'm gonna do some light tapping. I haven't done anything off camera to remove this yet, because I want you guys to see what it's like. And that's it. You know, like I've removed these a ton of times. I bought the tool the first time, and after I realized how easy it was to come off, I really didn't care about using the tool anymore. That was simple enough. I didn't even think that would have hurt it if I wanted to reuse the rotor. It would have been fine. But either way, you got to see how smooth it came off. I'm going to do a little bit of cleaning behind this, but I'm going to put this through a pressure washer later, so I'm not going to go overboard. But there's the old one off. We can start putting on the new one after I do a little bit of cleanup and some prep work. After everything else is cleaned off, I think extra WD-40 never hurts anything. they usually leave a lot of stuff on this left over from the factory, so they recommend using some sort of cleaner to clean this. We had some leftover brake parts cleaner. If you can pick this up at any Advanced Auto Parts, you just need brake part cleaner, and that's one of the best things for it. Just soak the front, and we're going to soak the back on both of these. They'll get any of the factory debris off of it. All right, from there, we're just going to install it. We're just going to have it sitting up there for now. When we actually put the brake caliper back on with the brake pads in it, it'll actually hold this in place, and over time it'll lock itself back in, just like the old one was when I tried taking it off. So for now, it's just going to sit there. We're going to start working on the brake pads next. Just to make sure I was actually covered, I had one of these left over from an old project, but you can pick these up for about $1 at any Advanced Auto Parts store. I don't feel like the packet that they actually gave us was enough, or not as much grease as I'd like on them. Seemed to get 3 of these okay, but the last one, it was basically lacking. So I've got one more to help kind of cover up the last little bit on this one. All right, it took a lot of off-camera finagling to get this one in here, but eventually I put this on, put the caliper on, and that's how I got the first one in. You want the tooth, the extra metal clip facing upwards on this, but we've got it in. It's good to go. We're going to put in the next one. Well, here's the next one. We want the grease side up against the pistons as we slide it in. Obviously, round side goes around caliper. Slide that in, just like that. And now is when you're going to have your new pins go in each side. You got your old pin, new pin. I'm going to take the new pins that are nice and shiny, put them through. We're making sure that they go through this clip as well. I didn't do a lot of forcing, just kind of maneuvering things into place just to get that in. You shouldn't have to force that very hard. One clip to go on. Next pin. All right, that side is all taken care of. From here, we're going to make sure that we end up putting the bolt back in for the brake line kit. I'm going to tighten this bolt back up as well. Put the bolt nut back in there. So we got this one nice and tight. You'll notice if you get them on, that's going to be a little loose, but that's okay. The tire is going to hold that into place once the tire gets mounted and torqued back down to spec. It definitely came off a lot easier than the last one. That's the tooth we want at the top. All right, we got both sides done. So now last thing I want to do is I want to pump the brakes. Yeah, because they're extremely mushy. There it goes. You don't want to do that first thing driving down the highway. All right, let's take it for a test drive. I like the fact that it stopped when I backed up. Usually a really good sign that no brake line is not cut or working. There is a break-in period. You have to do 5 stops or 5 decelerations from 40 miles an hour to 10 miles an hour to break this in, and then it's from 5 to 35, or excuse me, from 35 to 5. And there's a whole list, but you'll get it in your kit as well. So we just finished the break-in period. There's a lot of speeding up, slowing down, speeding up, slowing down. To get the brakes calibrated, I think everything has to be coated and a little bit of the brake pad before it's broken in properly. So we did all of that, and it seems to be working great now. There is a little bit more squish to the pedal for the stopping that I would actually like, but the stopping power, and it seems like the amount of distance it actually takes me to stop, is a lot better. I'm not noticing a major difference, but just enough that it's making me happy. The real test will be when I take this off-road. That's where I'm really gonna find out if the upgrade was actually worth it or not. Regardless whether it's way better off-road or not, just upgrading my brake pads when they absolutely needed it, I think is making a tremendous difference already. But I'm hoping that the extra money and the extra slots in the rotors will actually help the off-road performance as well, but we'll find out. Next time I go off-road, I will definitely let you guys know. I'll try to put something in the comments as well if I've done any testing before I actually post this video, but right now they seem to be doing great. They're stopping when I need them to, which is great. So I'm enjoying them so far, but I'll keep you guys updated as I keep using them and on the next off-roading adventure. I just got back from the test drive and the break-in period. Everything went good. The test drive went good. The brakings all went good. We had to do the break-in period, which wasn't too bad. It was a little annoying in the beginning, but once you're done with that, it takes you like 15 minutes to knock the whole thing out. You do 5 accelerations going from 40 to 10, then 5 accelerations going from 35 to 5, and then 5 minutes of trying to drive in a moderately slow pace without stopping. All of that went okay. In the beginning, I thought, oh man, these brakes really aren't that much better. They might even be worse. But after that break-in period, I noticed that they were doing a lot better than what my old brakes were. Now, whether you want to chalk that up to my old brakes having a pound of dust in between them and the actual rotor itself, or the fact that I'm using new brakes, I'll let you be the judge of that. But they were stopping a lot better. As you can tell, I live on a highway, so a lot of times stopping just to come into my own driveway is a pain, and it just seems to slow me down a lot. The brakes seem to do really good on that part. So that was actually just pulling back into my driveway was the piece I was the most impressed with these things. So I will keep you guys updated. I want to do some small off-roading trails here pretty soon to keep you guys posted on this. Just if I have to go find a dirt road or something to get some sort of dirt in there, I think would help give me a better judgment for when I actually do some more in-depth off-roading with this truck and these brakes. Now, as I do that, I'll keep you guys posted, but I do want you to know, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel because I have a lot more things coming up. If you're interested in off-roading, if you're interested in camping, which I know a lot of people have asked me about my camping setup, we have a video coming for that, I promise, which I love my camping setup. It's actually been years building to the point where it's at now, and there's some really cool things that we've done. So I'm excited to show you guys that. So please subscribe to look into that. Plus there's a few other upgrades that I'm interested to show, and I don't want to quite tell you guys what they are yet. I've had something on back order for a while that I'm excited to get here. Is really going to change the look of the truck and the way it performs as well. So I'm I'm extremely excited about that. But if you guys haven't, please subscribe, like the video, comment. If there's something you guys want to see, I would love to see it in the comments. I'm trying to do some installs, some stuff that I know it took me a long time to learn. All of this stuff I've learned, everything on this truck I've done myself, and I've learned it off of YouTube. So if I can pay it forward a little bit and teach somebody even something small, that's exactly what I want to do with this channel, because I've learned so much. Everything but the wrap on this truck has been done myself, and maybe an alignment. I haven't done the alignment on the truck, but the wrap and the alignment are the only things I haven't done. So like I said, please like, subscribe, and comment on this video. I got a lot more coming up. I've got a lot of cleaning to do in my garage. There's a lot of stuff out there still, and a lot of oil to wipe up, hands to clean, body to clean, all of that stuff. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough. I am done talking. Go find something else to watch.